Do you sometimes feel like your body is trying to tell you something important, but the message isn't quite clear? As we advance in years, our physical selves begin communicating through subtle and sometimes obvious changes. While some shifts are simply part of natural aging, others may indicate that our body is preparing for life's final chapter. These aren't your typical joint stiffness or occasional memory lapses. Rather, they represent distinct signals that medical professionals recognize as indicators that someone may be approaching the end of their life. In the next few minutes, we'll explore 7 crucial indicators that deserve your attention. While you watch, take a moment to connect with your own physical experiences. Consider what changes you may have observed, and let this information strengthen rather than frighten you. When we finish, you'll understand these 7 important signals and possess the knowledge to approach them with courage, understanding, and peace. This information isn't designed to create worry, but to provide insight and appreciation for the meaningful time ahead. Let's begin our discussion. Indicator 1, dramatic and sudden weight reduction. Among the most significant signals that someone may be entering their final phase is rapid, unexplained weight loss. When body mass decreases quickly without dietary modifications or increased activity, this typically indicates the body's diminished capacity to utilize nutrients properly. This occurs when digestive processes become less efficient, cellular absorption decreases, or serious conditions like malignancies or organ dysfunction develop. You may observe garments becoming loose-fitting or acquaintances mentioning you appear smaller, despite no intentional weight management efforts. While modest weight fluctuations are typical, a dramatic and swift reduction requires attention. This indicates the body's energy is shifting from preservation to basic survival functions. Such weight reduction frequently coincides with diminished hunger. Previously enjoyable meals may lose their appeal. Beloved recipes might taste unusual, or satisfaction may come after minimal consumption. These adaptations represent energy conservation mechanisms. Though initially subtle, collectively they suggest a significant decline requiring serious consideration. For family members, witnessing a relative's physical diminishment can be devastating. However, understanding that this isn't about determination or effort is crucial. The body is indicating preparation for transition. Recognizing this allows a compassionate response, emphasizing comfort, respect, and precious shared experiences rather than attempting to restore unsustainable physical patterns. Indicator 2, overwhelming and constant exhaustion. Another compelling sign that life may be reaching its conclusion is exhaustion levels far exceeding ordinary tiredness. This differs from fatigue relieved by restful sleep or peaceful relaxation. Instead, it's a profound, continuous depletion that makes minor activities feel insurmountable. Moving between rooms, maintaining conversations, or remaining seated upright may feel like tremendous effort. This severe exhaustion develops as bodily systems progressively decline. Cardiac function may become inadequate. Respiratory capacity may decrease, or circulation may fail to transport essential nutrients effectively. Under these circumstances, the body allocates remaining energy to vital operations, leaving insufficient resources for mobility, consciousness, or interaction. Extended daytime resting periods become common. Individuals may sleep extensively, briefly awaken, then quickly return to slumber. Nighttime may bring restlessness, while days become dominated by sleepiness. Energy and rest patterns transform as the body preserves limited strength. For observers, this may appear like emotional withdrawal, but it actually represents the body's survival prioritization. Chronic exhaustion also impacts cognitive function. Mental clarity may deteriorate into delayed responses, episodes of confusion, or concentration difficulties. Discussions may become incomplete, or individuals may choose quiet over conversation. This reflects the immense energy requirements for basic consciousness rather than disinterest. If you're finding this information valuable so far, please take a moment to click, like, and subscribe. It helps us share these important insights with more people who may need them, and ensures you won't miss the rest of this series on compassionate care and understanding life's final stages. Now let's move on. Indicator 3, significant respiratory pattern changes. Among the more observable and concerning signs of approaching life's end are substantial breathing pattern alterations. These manifest in various ways, sometimes appearing as breathlessness during rest, making sentence completion difficult without pausing. Other presentations include extended intervals between breaths or rhythms alternating between superficial breathing and deep inhalations. Family members might detect rattling or bubbling sounds, termed the death rattle, occurring when throat muscles weaken and cannot effectively clear accumulated fluids. These modifications occur because the respiratory and pulmonary systems no longer function optimally. Oxygen decreases, carbon dioxide accumulates, and the body struggles to maintain equilibrium. Individuals experiencing this may feel chest pressure or persistent air insufficiency. For caregivers and family, observing these changes creates anxiety or distress. Understanding that this represents natural bodily deceleration is essential. Breathing changes sometimes accompany cooling extremities or bluish coloration in the lips and fingertips. This results from circulation prioritizing core organs while extremities receive reduced blood supply. Though potentially disturbing, these signs aren't necessarily painful. Comfort becomes paramount during these moments. Ensuring individuals feel secure, supported, and valued matters most. Recognizing these changes provides opportunities for reassurance. Gentle contact, soothing words, and tranquil surroundings help alleviate anxiety, ensuring individuals aren't isolated during this transition. Indicator 4. Social and activity disengagement. Another signal frequently indicating approaching life's conclusion involves gradual withdrawal from social connections and activities. Individuals who previously enjoyed extended conversations may now prefer brief interactions or complete silence. Previously welcome visits may become exhausting, leading to bedroom isolation rather than family participation. This transformation confuses loved ones who wonder about potential wrongdoing. However, this isn't about relationships, but rather the conservation of remaining resources. Withdrawal often accompanies emotional detachment. Individuals may increase sleeping time or sit quietly with minimal environmental responsiveness. Previously engaging hobbies may lose appeal. Entertainment like television or music might feel overwhelming. Instead, natural introspection emerges as if preparing for a different journey. For witnesses, this feels like premature loss, painful reminders of diminishing life. Understanding that this isn't rejection is vital. The body communicates that tranquility, rest, and stillness now supersede stimulation. Presence, hand-holding, or quiet companionship provides greater comfort than conversation or activities. Indicator 5. Substantial appetite and fluid intake reduction. As life approaches its conclusion, among the clearest changes is a dramatic reduction in hunger and thirst. Previously, regular meals became challenging to complete. Often, individuals consume minimal bites or sips before refusing food entirely. Water and beverages might be completely rejected, not from obstinacy, but because bodily signals no longer indicate need. This occurs as the body deactivates non-essential systems. Digestive processes slow while caloric requirements decrease significantly. For families and seniors, this creates concern. Relatives may encourage eating through favorite foods or increased fluid intake, only to find resistance. Remember, this represents natural progression, not neglect or defiance. Mouth dryness and swallowing difficulties often develop. Rather than forcing nutrition, small gestures like iced chips, lip moisture, or soft food portions provide comfort. Goals shift from nourishment for growth to comfort in the present moment. Families experience guilt, feel inadequate when observing eating cessation. However, forced consumption creates discomfort. Recognizing appetite decline as bodily preparation helps focus less on nutrition and more on shared time. Sitting with loved ones, offering kind words, or simply being present often provides greater value than any meal. Indicator 6. Visible skin and circulatory changes. As the body approaches its final stages, the skin often reveals internal processes. Bluish, purple, or mottled patches may appear, particularly on the hands, feet, knees, and elbows. This indicates slowing circulation, with blood redirected toward vital organs rather than extremities. Skin may feel cool despite warm environments. Beyond color changes, skin becomes more delicate and fragile. Minor impacts may cause bruising, while wounds heal slowly or incompletely. For seniors, gentle touches may leave marks, and daily activities require increased care. These are merely cosmetic changes, but indicators that bodily systems no longer repair and regenerate effectively. Marbling patterns sometimes emerge, resembling stone across skin surfaces. This particularly indicates the body is conserving energy for cardiac and neurological functions. Family members may find these visual changes distressing, but understanding their role in the natural closure process is important. Comfort during this phase emphasizes warmth and gentleness. Soft coverings, warm footwear, and peaceful environments provide relief. Focus should be on ensuring individuals feel loved and secure rather than correcting visible changes. Indicator 7. Decreased responsiveness and awareness withdrawal. Among the clearest indicators of approaching death is withdrawal from the surrounding environment. Previously engaging conversations may become tiring, with preferences for silence or passive listening rather than active participation. Responses may become briefer, slower, or completely absent. This represents energy conservation for the final transition rather than relationship rejection. Awareness commonly fluctuates. Individuals may drift between states of alertness, increasing sleep time, or appearing drowsy. Occasionally, they describe seeing deceased relatives or experiences suggesting preparation for unseen journeys. Though potentially confusing or emotional for families, these represent natural processes easing a peaceful transition. During the final days or hours, recognition may diminish. Previously warm greetings may cease to include name usage. Though difficult, this indicates inward focus rather than lost affection. Hand-holding, gentle speech, or quiet presence provides reassurance without demanding unavailable energy. These changes, though painful to witness, remind us that bodies understand when their story is complete. Presence and comfort matter more than perfect words. Often, the most healing action involves simple availability, offering peace and unconditional love. Final thoughts. Examining these 7 indicators collectively creates understanding rather than fear. Each bodily change, from respiratory modifications to daily life withdrawal, represents natural processes accompanying life's conclusion. These indicators serve as preparation, providing the wisdom to recognize occurrences and enabling the delivery of support, comfort, and love when most needed. Which aspect resonated most strongly today? Do any indicators seem familiar from personal experiences with relatives, or perhaps personal observations? Recognizing these patterns allows us to approach life's end with increased compassion, reduced confusion, and deeper appreciation for the remaining shared time. If this video has given you clarity or comfort, please consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. It helps more families, caregivers, and loved ones find the information they need during life's most meaningful moments. And if you've experienced any of these signs with someone you care about, feel free to share your story in the comments. We read every one.